Want to know the secrets to talking to women with confidence and boosting your self-esteem in no time? Do you find yourself feeling quite nervous and anxious when you're talking to women or even thinking about talking to women, whether it's going on dates or interacting on dating apps with women? And perhaps the thought of even approaching women in real life situations and asking on dates is giving you hives. This is another video in a series where I talk about how to communicate with confidence with women. And in the previous videos, we've talked about your body language, how your mindset impacts your dating outcomes. And today we'll be talking about self-esteem and having a healthy self-esteem and how that translates into better interactions with women. What we know from studies is that low self-esteem will impact the way we carry ourselves and the way we communicate with other people. You are feeling maybe quite insecure, maybe there are certain niggling negative thoughts going around in your head when you are thinking about dating. All of those will impact in the way you interact with women and are likely to also impact your dating outcomes. So today I want to help you to change that. I want you to become excited about dating, create more opportunities for yourself to meet more women and date with confidence. And who knows, you might in the process find love. So what we're going to be talking about today is about building healthy self-esteem that will enable you to communicate with women with confidence. And I'll give you 3 actionable tips on how to boost your self-esteem to create more opportunities for yourself in love. Hi, my name is Dr. Marie. I'm a registered psychologist, a relationship therapist, and a coach for men who want to become more confident in dating. And if we haven't met before, in the past 15 years, I've worked with hundreds of men and helped them to build more confidence. And today specifically, we are talking about dating confidence and building a healthy self-esteem that allows you to communicate in the best possible way when you are talking to women, regardless of how you meet them, whether it's through apps and then going on dates or whether it is in real life situations. So let's talk about, first of all, about what is self-esteem. Self-esteem is about the way you view yourself. How you see yourself as worthy or not. Terry Real, who's a relationship therapist, has created this model on self-esteem, which I think is really helpful in terms of understanding it. So if we think about healthy self-esteem is here in the middle. It is seeing yourself as an equal to other people and seeing as worthy. If you are one down, that means that you're seeing yourself as less than. And what that might mean is that in your interactions, for example, when you are talking to a woman, you might feel like you keep your head down, you struggle to look in the eye, you have these negative thoughts going around in your head, and you feel like you're somehow less than her. You might be a people pleaser, or it might be that it's really difficult for you to set boundaries. It's difficult for you to authentically communicate about your views and values, and you don't have very strong principles that you live by, or at least you are not communicating about those because you're often worried about being rejected. At the same time, we also have one up, which means where you see yourself as better than others and blame others for your misfortune. So when we are in the healthy self-esteem, when we see ourselves as equal, that's when we connect truly with another person. The chances are that because you're watching this video, that you are in a one down position a lot of the times. And maybe there have been certain life events that have contributed to the way you view yourself. And perhaps you frequently get these thoughts about yourself that you're not good enough or you're not good enough for women. And maybe you've even seen some content online that's kind of contributed to you feeling bad about yourself, and especially when it comes to relationships. And maybe you are lacking experience. But we are here to change it. And this is, of course, something that I help my clients work through. I help my dating clients to build a healthy self-esteem so that when they are going to dating situations, they can go as themselves and feel good about that. And the results speak for themselves. Because when you are coming to a dating situation with confidence, and with knowing yourself truly, that is very attractive to a woman. So what might have contributed to you ending up in the one down position and perhaps putting women on the pedestal? When you were born on this planet, you were this perfect human being and you had everything within you. And you were worthy just because you were born. Then perhaps life started and life experiences started telling you something different. Maybe you were bullied in school. Maybe you felt like an odd one out. Could be numerous things that have contributed to the way you feel about yourself. And still today, even as an adult, you feel sometimes those feelings and they are stopping you from perhaps taking opportunities, and especially when it comes to dating and finding the right relationship for you. So what can you do then to change your lack in love? What can you change to boost your self-esteem? So here I'm going to give you 3 actionable tips on how to start boosting your self-esteem. So number 1 is about knowing yourself. How much time have you spent on reflecting who you are as a person? A lot of times, clients who I work with, they haven't done much reflecting or self-awareness work. And it is really important to start to understand your values, who you are as a person, what makes you tick, what are the principles that you live by. Because the more you know yourself and you understand yourself and what makes you tick, the more you come to appreciate yourself and your unique qualities. So this is absolutely vital. So then number 2 is about challenging any critical thoughts. It's about working on your mindset. And you might check out my previous video on changing your mindset here. And it's about challenging those self-critical thoughts. You might be really critical of yourself. You may compare to other people and other men. And you may be telling yourself stories about how you will be rejected if you reach out to women. So you need to start consistently challenging those thoughts, because those are just stories. Yes, you might have had difficult life experiences that have contributed to it. But unless you start changing and challenging those beliefs, nothing will change. You could start simply by writing down those thoughts and looking at them a little bit more objectively and starting to think, well, if my friend said this, what would I say to them about this situation? But this is something that you need to keep practicing and you need to commit to it. And then number 3, this is just a very simple tip that you can start practicing. And perhaps do this with me. So whether you are sitting down or if you are standing up, press your feet firmly against the floor and you may close your eyes and then start inhaling through your nose and all the way to your diaphragm, to the lowest part of your tummy. And as you are inhaling, do that to the count of 4, and then you're holding your breath to the count of 7, and then you're exhaling to the count of 8. And do maybe 3 breaths like that. So you're starting to slow your nervous system down. You're really starting to slow things down. So maybe let's do that together. Okay. So if you start inhaling, and 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then exhale. And then do a couple more like that. This may take a little bit of practice if you haven't done any breath work before. The purpose of this is to really bring your nervous system down. And you may do this with your eyes closed so that you are not being stimulated by any other thing apart from focusing on your breath and focusing on your body. And when you've done that a couple of times, you may even put your hand on your heart and then repeat a phrase that really speaks to you. This may be something like, I'm loved, I'm kind to myself, and there are women who are excited to meet me. I'm loved, I'm kind to myself, and there are women out there who are excited to meet me. I'm loved, I'm kind to myself, and there are women out there who are excited to meet me. This may seem like a silly exercise, but in fact, actually, if you start repeating this together with a bit of grounding, you're telling yourself, and you are changing your state from being really activated to more grounded state. And then you are giving this positive message to yourself. And if you start repeating this message, perhaps first thing in the morning, when you're waking up, before you take the phone, before you start scrolling, and this is a message that you're sending to yourself, to your subconscious, and you're starting to rewire your nervous system and your experience by having a moment of calm, but also you're installing the belief and you're installing this idea that there are women out there. And I know that there are, because there are millions of women. There are about 7 billion people on this planet. There is someone out there for you too. So start practicing and let me know how you get on with it. Did you find it easy? Have you done something similar in the past? So let's recap again. Now, to start boosting your self-esteem in order to be able to communicate with more confidence and have more success in your dating life, start getting to know yourself, your values, your views, who you are as a person, what lights you up, what you don't like. And then secondly, start challenging those self-critical thoughts. And then number 3 is about practicing these affirmations together with grounding and practicing this loving kindness to yourself. And with practice, you will notice that this will gradually start to shift your view on yourself. You need to be dedicated to this work. By practicing that loving attention to yourself, you are not only boosting your self-esteem and seeing yourself as an equal with others, which is likely to boost your confidence in other areas so that you can go and explore new avenues. And by testing out yourself, you build confidence, but you need to believe in yourself as good enough first. If you want to become more confident in dating, go and subscribe to this channel, and that way you'll be notified all of this content that will help you to become more confident and create more opportunities to meet great women. Also, if you want to get more actionable tips on how to become more confident in dating, I've got a free dating confidence kickstart guide, which has actionable tips on how to become more confident in dating and start taking charge of your love life. And if you start putting all of these into place, you'll be on your path to finding love. If you know someone who might benefit from this type of content, please go and share this video with them.